How's it, anime fans? I said I'd do a review on Death Note today, and that's what I'm doing. I watched all the episodes. Well, not today, obviously. Watched them for a while. You know what I say? What an anticlimactic way to end. Which makes it confusing for the second movie. Yes, the series with at least two movies. Oh, I see. The movies are just bloody retellings of the anime. That's just a waste. I was planning to watch them, but since I now know they're just fucking retellings, it was just a waste. Just bloody retellings of the anime for Shinigami Eyes. That's a lot of crap. Man. So I was planning to review the movies, but that's never gonna happen. So I just told for the Shinigami's perspective. Oh well, the anime. I'm not gonna review them. Can't believe I bought them. It was just a waste. I thought at least the second movie was gonna be better. But no. They're both retellings. Again, how can they just combine all the episodes of each part into two movies? So yeah, the anime has a really sad ending for the character. But I'm getting hard of myself. So let me just explain the main character. So the story starts out with so we meet Light Yagami, a young 17-year-old high schooler who lives with his mother, brother, and sister. He's just an ordinary high school boy who is bored. You can tell he's very bored. So one day, when he was in class, he noticed something fall from the sky. After class, he's out and looking for it. There's a book with a title, Death Note. After so much pondering, he decides to take it home with him. After reading the instructions, decided to test it out twice, getting very suspicious after seeing what power is. We're also introduced to the one who dropped the notebook, a Shinigami named Ryuk. He dropped the book. He tricked the boss into giving him a second Death Note. The reason is he dropped the second one. He dropped it on purpose, so because he was bored as well. After he and Light meet, because this is days after Light got the Death Note, by the way. He killed a lot of criminals. Eventually, he and Ryuk come to an agreement. Light may be able to use the Death Note, but those who use the Death Note cannot go to neither heaven or hell. The anime is entertaining. I wish the character could get a happy ending, but I kind of get it. The way what's been happening. So we have the protagonist is technically the bad guy. He actually deserved it. I just don't know how to feel about it, really. I'll tell you later, anyway. So yeah. Eventually, people start giving him a name as a person that's nickname for the person. The media starts to give the guy a nickname, the name Kira. I don't know what that means. And she just catches the attention of a young genius named L. Yeah, L's a young genius. There's very tight teammates on now. He's working with the police department to try and catch Light. Kira. Sorry. Eventually, the man reveals himself to the police to spare a few specific police officers. One being Captain Yagami, Light Sparta. Yes, Light Sparta is a policeman. He tells them to call him Ryuzaki. So, eventually, after Light was met, it's about what's between Ryuzaki and Light. Who won? I didn't expect that. But I just thought it would be Light and out towards the end. Not for half. Yeah, I'll get to that. And he was outsmarted by Al a few times when they first said about him. Eventually, Miyazaki begins to suspect Light and a few others of it, because the suspicion is growing even more after some incidents that happened with the CIA. I'm not going much over details, because you just have to watch the anime yourself if you want to be into this kind of stuff. I did like it. I don't think I'll be able to watch it again for the way it ended. I'm just used to a shonen protagonist always coming through, being a good person. But this, I don't like. Anyway, after some incident with TV transmissions, thinking it was Kira, but it turns out this is not Light, leading Light to realize that someone else there's another person with a death note. So he decides to work with the police to figure out who it is, so you can get to him. And Miyazaki is having as a special situation, helping him catch Kira, try and catch him in the act and stuff. Eventually, this person, the second Death Note user, turns out to be a girl named Misa Amane, around Light's age, who has been a pure admirer for years. She and her Shinigami Ren, who's much different to Ryuk. Ren actually cares about Misa. And it's a shame that this whole... It's a shame what happens to them. What's to say in the series. After she meets up with Light, she has... By the way, Shinigami can make a deal with the Death Note user, the Shinigami Eyes. They allow you to see a person's name and lifespan, but because it shows your lifespan. Sorry about most of the details about the Death Note. It just had a lot more about yourself. Light realizes he can manipulate her feelings. Yeah, Light's kind of likable. I really don't know how to feel about this guy. He's an interesting protagonist. I don't know what the creator was going for when he wrote the manga. I don't see how this is shown in Jump. It's more horror aesthetic. But it's nice and unique. Alright, I might review the movies in the future. Easy way to sum up the stuff, but I don't know. After seeing the finale, I'm kind of unsure about the series now. Anyway, Miso's arrested on suspicion of being the second Kira, because they realized there was probably a second one. Concentrating for days. Ren asks Light for help, and Light has to agree. He got some a whole convoluted plan. He insists he can't incarcerate himself. Well, keep it the second Death Note then. Misa relinquishes her ownership of a Death Note. By the way, when you relinquish it, damn it! I don't know how I'm getting that mixed up. Relinquish her ownership of the Death Note. When someone relinquishes their ownership of the Death Note, they lose their memories. But when you touch the same Death Note, you do regain your memories, but only while you hold it. So the only way to keep your memories and don't have to hold the Death Note all the time is to kill the person who's current owner. After some days incarceration, Light tells gives Ryuk a code word for how to relinquish his ownership of the Death Note. After he does that, we don't see Ryuk for quite a while. So I don't know where he's been. After losing his memories, and Miyazaki agrees to have Light work with him, because they did make contact earlier. It's again, not much detail. Misa also has a Shinigami Eyes. That's how she found Light in the first place. We both the memories are erased. It leads to... It kind of shifts between more of a comedy, sort of a usual shonen series. Catch the bad guy and stuff. Raise a threat or whatever. With a lot of comedic situations. I'm not going to steer you those details. They inspect us. So Ren gave the Death Note to a shady guy, using it for his own personal will. Eventually, he catch on thanks to one of the officers, Maxwell, who's voiced by Vincent Ton. And after finally catching the owner of the Death Note, Ryusaki and the other police officers learn about it. Light doesn't know what's going on, and when he touches the Death Note, he regains all his memories. That Death Note was Ryuk's. Which I say, yes, it's kind of it. And he smartly uses his watch to keep the piece of the Death Note in there and write down the name of the current owner. He kills him and is able to fool Miyazaki. Also, Addison rules. He's also regained her memories. So after some battle, Miyazaki is defeated. Light managed, thanks to Misa, Miyazaki and his butler guy are dead. We learned that the butler was actually owner of a cyber foster care system in England. So yeah. After Miyazaki's death, we see two people are notified about it. But they can't work together, so they go their own separate ways and do their own things of catching Kira. And Light's nominated to become the next L. So after that, we go for a time skip. By the way, he was in college at the time before the time skip. A 6-year time skip to 2012. Well, 5 years, actually. After being notified, there's new people in town. A lot of crazy situations turn up. Eventually, the task force gets a hand on Ryuk's Death Note. It's a long story, but basically, thanks to Light's dad coming up with the idea using the Shinigami Eyes, showing his lifespan, and during the struggle, he dies. But he did learn the guy's name. After that, Light tries his best to outwit them. Even passes on the Death Note to another guy. Misa's memories of the Death Note are now erased, and she's a normal girl. I'm not going. So after much back and forth, going for everything, with Light killing nearly everyone that's involved with the Death Note, including the person he dated in college. He thought he won, but lost, thanks to an idiot. So basically, after people found out his cure, he makes a run for it but badly wounded. And Ryuk writes his name in his Death Note, and Light dies. While the credits are playing, Misa's seen on a train and on top of a building. in the same type of gown she wore after some complications. So we can assume she's dead. It's an anticlimax. It's a really interesting ending, which I don't know how to feel about. That is sad. I don't know. My feelings on this anime are confusing, okay? It's hard to give my opinion. I think it's good anime, yes, but I'm just... should I watched it all on my phone first and just watching it like that? Pretty much yeah. So yeah, it's complicated. My opinions on the anime is complicated, so I probably will never watch it again. But it was a really interesting watch through. Seeing the only intellectual battles. So yeah, it all ends in January of 2013. So, but our main character is now dead. Can't believe that happens. That's how it ends. I was really surprised. I thought it was going to end with Light Queen's new world, but no, ends her in dead. I didn't expect that. I hope the girl just somehow. Yeah. It definitely was really interesting, but I don't think I'll be watching it again. But I may talk big about checking out the live action version on Netflix. Yes, I know it's terrible. But I just want to see how different it is from the anime, besides the obvious ones. Also, the outfit Light wears on his last day, is a black suit with a black tie with white stripes, which he appears in, and he wears that outfit in Jump Force. So their placement, so the game's not really canon, by the way, because there's a lot of confusing elements. Hey, wasn't about anime, and if possible, let's see an alternate ending. The anime released all back in 2003, I think. I was surprised it was that old. Look at the animation. But in one glance, you'd think it was from the 2010s. No. So I don't know how Death Note's Shonen Jump. Is there any other things that need to be considered for Shonen to become a Shonen Jump series besides action and comedy? Besides a good-hearted protagonist, minus light, kind of. So yeah, it ends in that way. I still don't know how to feel about this. But yeah. The movie is just the talents of the anime through a Shinigami's eyes. Someone like the I Love Shinibio anime movie, Rika Vision, which is nothing different. We're interested to see the world for her eyes, but it was just footage from the anime, nothing different. But I have not seen this proper movie. I just wish Death Note got a brilliant sequel movie. You know, a epilogue movie telling about what happens next. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content and want to see more, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Then click the notification bell to get all my videos. Stay tuned for tomorrow for my Pretty Cure review. The movie's supposedly be released today. I'm not sure, in cinemas, Japanese cinemas. I do not know when it'll be coming out on the streaming app I'm on using. Because for Healing Good Pretty Girls movie, it took months. Only a few months ago, not earlier this year, just a couple months ago. I mean, the movie makes sense to air the movie early 2021. Because Tropical Pretty Girl was still airing, was airing its latter half episodes with Culamere in it. And they just aired the Healing Good Pretty Girl movie in cinemas during that time. it was nice to see them again, but it doesn't really feel good when you're watching a new series. Just my opinion. Also, on Netflix I recently checked out Pokemon's third movie, Secrets of the Jungle, I think it's called, which is good and very dark. Just the first two, well, the first film was dark in the reboot trilogy, but this one was darker. Anyway, guys, I'll see you all next time for another video. Keep Phoenix out.